When you think about who builds a nation, who comes to mind? Right now, we're all thinking about tech billionaires, viral stars, but what if the real story is a lot quieter, a lot more foundational? Let's get into this unsung legacy.
No, seriously, just for a moment. Pause. I want you to really, truly think about the question that's coming up next. Who actually built the framework for the India we live in today? I'm not talking about the apps on your phone. I'm talking about the arteries of the country. The steel that makes up our cities, the power that keeps our lights on, the roads that connect every single one of us. Whatever obvious answers are popping into your head right now, they're probably wrong. It wasn't the people creating viral videos, and nope, it wasn't the billion-dollar startups that have exploded over the last decade. Now, don't get me wrong, they're a huge part of India's modern story, but the foundational story? That's something else entirely.
The answer is PSUs, Public Sector Undertakings. Yeah, these are the government-owned companies that were built not just to make a profit, but for national progress. This isn't some trendy startup or a flashy brand you see on a billboard. This is the bedrock, the absolute foundation of India's industrial strength. So let's forget all the jargon like market caps and ownership structures for a second. Let's just think of them as what they are, the quiet nation builders. For decades and decades, they were the ones laying the foundation, digging the mines, building the plants, way, way before disruption was even a word people used. And just look at the sheer scale of what they did. This isn't some niche little industry we're talking about. This is, well, it's everything. The power that's humming in your walls right now, the steel that became the backbone of our first skyscrapers, the fuel in our cars, the actual roads we drive on every single day. They built the essentials of modern life. This quote just gets right to the heart of it. In the world we live in today, everything is measured by clicks, by buzz, by what's trending. But their whole metric was completely different. It wasn't about being seen. It was about getting the job done. They didn't need to go viral. They needed to deliver actual power, actual steel, actual fuel. And this is the point that really lands. Their motivation wasn't about personal glory or becoming some household name. The mission was so much bigger than any one person. It was all about the slow, steady, and often pretty anonymous work of building a nation's capabilities from the ground up. So this is way more than just a hashtag. It's a recognition of a legacy that is literally all around us, woven into the very fabric of the country, even if we don't always see it. They are, in the truest sense of the word, the nation builders. So I'll leave you with this final thought. In our world of viral trends and wanting everything instantly, what is the value of quiet, foundational work? The story of the PSUs kind of reminds us that the most important progress isn't always the loudest. And well, that gives us a lot to think about, doesn't it?